What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today is October 30th, 2025, because apparently I have to say the year now. I don't know. But I have a total of 31 items today, so the sales went back down to the normal, because average I was doing about 400 to 600 a day. I was only doing 800 to 1,000 plus a day because of Halloween, and I was selling a bunch of Halloween stuff. So it's kind of skewing everything, but my average is 400 to 600. But now I have a total of 31 going out for $519, as you can see, maybe. And so now the thing is that I hit 12,000 items on my eBay store. And since I hit 12,000 items on my eBay store, eBay wants me to upgrade to the Anchor store, which is $300 a month, which is insane. Honestly, I don't really think I'm ready for that, because I think that's $3,600 a year in subscription fees, but I don't know. Now, in the past, I've done multiple stores, but it gets really chaotic when you do multiple stores. Like, it would save me money. I think it would save me probably $150, right? But then it's also double the work, so everything is double. So like trying to list on 2 stores at once with employees is hard. Trying to manage 2 inventories to the same inventory on 2 different stores is very hard. It's just annoying. It's chaotic. So I might just bite the bullet and upgrade the store to Anchor. I don't want to, but when you grow in business, you spend more money. And on the topic about spending more money, apparently eBay is coming out with a new promoted listing fee structure. Apparently, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but apparently if anybody clicks on your sponsored listing and another person that's unrelated to them at all, so you have 2 buyers, buyer 1 clicks on your promoted listing, buyer 2 clicks on your, later on, like 2 weeks later, clicks on your organic listing. So say they type it in directly, they're like, oh, I want to get this, like vintage t-shirt, and they type it in directly and click your organic listing and purchase, they're going to charge you a fee, the promoted fee for that. Now, my logic behind it, and I feel like this might be true, is I think eBay's algorithm is based on attention, right? So if somebody clicks on your listing, eBay's algorithm will show your listing way more to other people, right? So I think eBay is like, oh, well, if you're promoting it and they click on the listing, then it has a chance of showing it to the algorithm, showing it organically higher in the ranks, right? And so they're kind of piggybacking onto that, which I don't really think is fair. I mean, already selling on eBay is pretty expensive. I think I pay like 17%, something like that, just to eBay, on eBay fees. And yeah, so it's getting a lot. But because eBay and shipping labels is taking up about 50% of my profit. But, it is what it is. We can't really do anything about it. People are saying, oh, we should start a union or strike or whatever, but like, honestly, we can't do shit. So we just kind of have to deal with it, and hopefully it's not too bad. If it is, then I'm going to lower my promoted listings to 5%, and hopefully, hopefully that keeps me about the same of what I am doing now, but who knows. But yeah, today is another boring day. I don't really have anything interesting. I'm not getting a storage unit soon because I'm trying to go through the rest of my old storage unit. But when I do buy a storage unit, I'm definitely going to show you guys that. I probably won't go through it like item by item at the storage facility, because I don't have enough time for that. It's just me, and I value my time. Sorry. But I'll probably show you guys the unit and how much I paid for it there and all that stuff, and then bring it back and then show you like how I sort stuff. So be on the lookout for a video about that if you're interested in it at all. But I'm gonna go pick these 31 orders, and I'm gonna start packing them, and if I have anything to tell you guys, I will tell you. Alright guys, so I just finished pulling all the orders. I did have an issue. One of the items I couldn't find. I'm pretty sure my old VAs double posted it, which is kind of annoying because they did that a lot, which is one of the reasons I fired them. So, if you guys ever want to think about or want a VA, just know that when you do hire people, a lot of problems start happening. So, Because, you know, everybody's human, everybody makes mistakes, but, you know, you got to deal with it. But, so I got to message the buyer about that, and hopefully they're okay with it, because I have no replacement for it. It's just a phone charger that sold for like $8, so it's not too big of a deal. But as you can see, they're all on the table over here. It's not that many, which I'm kind of glad, because I've been packing so many orders every day. Like, I think it's been like 50 to 100 per day, which is insane. So I'm kind of glad that it's not crazy today, but also disappointed, you know, because when you go from being so high up to a lower sell day, it's kind of a bum. But it's whatever. Now, when I post about these, you know, kind of like my day in the life as an eBay reseller or whatever, right? I'm not trying to brag or anything, guys. And a lot of you, for some reason, assume that I'm making like 50, 60, 70% profit, which I'm not. I'm not even close to that, if I'm being real. Like I said, I want to do a breakdown video. I just finished my last year's Google Sheets return, because I'm switching off of Wave. I'm going to transfer it to this year, and I'm going to fill out this entire year. And so it shouldn't take me too long to fill out the information, but I will do a breakdown of October. I think I'm at like over $27,000 in sales this month, but to be honest, the profit is probably around 20 to 30%. I'm not sure. I haven't calculated my profit margin this year yet, because I did upgrade to a bigger warehouse, which took out a large chunk of my money, and I also hired somebody full-time or part-time, so that took a chunk of my money. But regardless, guys, resellers, most e-commerce resellers only make between 5 and 20% profit margins. I'm around 20 to 30%. Last year I was at 30%, which was pretty good for what it is. But if you guys are getting into this, just know that the profit margin is between 5 and 20%. That's the average. Obviously, it depends on what you sell. If you sell big stuff, like I have a couple of big furniture items over there, the profit margin is way freaking higher sometimes, depending on what you buy your item for. Right, there's a lot of sellers on YouTube and TikTok and all these places, you know, they don't tell you how much they paid for the items. They don't tell you their profits and losses and all that. They just tell you, oh, here's a big fancy number, and there you go, right? I want to be 100% real with you guys, right? eBay can be a full-time thing. It's my full-time thing. It helps me a lot, but there's different scenarios. Do you want it to be your full-time job where you're working it 8 hours a day, or do you want to grow it into a company where people are working for you and they're making you money, right? There's a big difference, and I'll talk about that later, but just know that profit is between 5 and 20%. That's all you got to know. But I'm going to start packing these orders. Shouldn't take me too long, maybe like 30 minutes, if even. Most of it's pretty easy, except for that stupid angel thing, but even that's pretty easy. And that luggage. I sold that luggage back there. But I'm going to pack these up, and yeah, I'll let you know when I'm done. Alright guys, so I just finished packing up all the orders. As you can see, it took me 1 hour and 4 minutes. So I thought I'd tell you guys that I got here at like 11, like a little after 11, and currently it is 2:10. So I've only been here for like 12, 3 hours, right? And it would have been quicker, but I had to fix the luggage. The zipper on it wasn't zippering, so I had to fix that. It's very simple. You just clamp it, and it fixes it somehow. But I fixed the zipper, and that took me probably like 10-15 minutes, but yeah. Now the only thing I have to do for today is go home and spend about an hour editing 100 and something products that my lister posted for me, and that'll be it for today. I mean, I might do some tax stuff, but I don't really count tax stuff as business stuff because it's kind of necessary. I mean, I guess it is business stuff, but whatever. I don't count it as business stuff. I kind of enjoy it, you know, seeing all my numbers, all my profits and losses, and pretty much everything in one thing. But I'm just letting you guys know that just because the profit margins are not the greatest on eBay, well, I shouldn't say the greatest. They are pretty good if you know what you're doing, right? But I thought I should let you guys know that, like how much time I spend. I only spend about 4 hours, 5 hours a day max doing this, and last year I was doing the same amount of time, and last year I paid myself $60,000. It was like a little over $60,000. But yeah, so last year was pretty good, and I also paid a couple other employees, I think like $10,000. So yeah, last year all in all I made like $70,000. right? And I also got a tax refund of $3,000 because my business lost money, and I'm an S corp. So when I lose money, I can transfer, like, pass it on to my income, which will reduce my total income, which is nice. So I got $3,000 back. So technically, $63,000 is what I made, and that's with me only working like 4 to 5 hours. Now, some days I do work a crap ton. I'll work like 8, 10, 12-hour days, right? Sometimes, especially if I get units and stuff. But the reason I like doing eBay and I do it full time is because it gives me freedom. I get like tons of time. If I don't want to work, I don't have to, although it just punishes myself. But if I have an emergency or I'm sick or anything like that, then I have the luxury of taking it off. Granted, now eBay, I do 1-day handling, so eBay kind of forces me to pack orders. So if I am sick, normally the first day, if I start feeling sick, I'll pack the orders and I'll put the store in vacation mode, so that way I can just take off, right? If I want to go on vacation, I just put the store on vacation mode and I can go on vacation. If I want to go see family, same thing, right? So there's a lot of freedom in it, and the hours are really not too bad. But this year, like I said, I'm taking income cuts to hire more people and try to grow this even faster. I don't know how well it's working because I haven't run the numbers yet, but we'll see. I think it's working okay, especially this month in October, pulling in $26,000. But again, pretty sure that was just because of Halloween being crazy. But I'm going to take all these packages to the post office so that they can get to their new homes. And that'll be it for today. So I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.